Ladies and gentlemen, your man out of Japan, Jay Contra here. And as you can see from the scattered things on my table, I have a lot of things to show you that I am trying to get rid of on eBay. Now, everything that I'm going to show you here is listed. I'm going to go sort of listing by listing, showing the sort of the stuff from my collection that I want to get rid of. And if you want to look at things specifically, you can look at the links in the description to this video. Starting off, we have an OG Super Famicom. This includes both the console itself, a controller, and the AV cables. This is just a regular Super Famicom. It's not a one chip, just a regular, good old Super Famicom. Got the cartridge slot here that will play your import games. We've also got the OG AC adapter here, as well as the legit Nintendo AV cables here, and then the controller with the beautiful green, blue, red, and yellow buttons. This has been tested and is working great, so I think it would make a fine start. If anybody is looking to play the Super Famicom, this would be a great way to begin. Next up, we have, going digital, we have here a Famicom Mini, and not just the Famicom Mini, but the AC adapter as well. Apparently, this has become sought after. Like, this is normally like $8 or $10 in Japan, but because they stopped production, I think people are trying to get these so they can have the complete set. So it's actually become a little bit harder to find. So the listing includes both the console. This, I've barely used this. I think I might have used it to stream once or twice. It comes with all the inserts. It is complete in box. And look at all those games. It's insane. Original Mario Brothers. It comes with Mario 3, right? Is it done by year? Yeah, Mario 3, Final Fantasy, Metroid. This is going to be the easiest way if you want to play original Castlevania, Link's Adventure. These were only on the disc system in Japan. Link's Adventure and Metroid were only on the disc system. They never got cartridges. Dracula did, though, Castlevania, but that's also like $100 now. And then Ninja Gaiden, good old Ninja Gaiden. So yes, this is one listing here, tested, works fine, and again, I've barely used it. So it's, I'd say the console itself is like new. So speaking of classic minis, I'm also getting rid of my Super Famicom Classic Mini with the USB adapter here. Actually, yeah, make sure it's still in there. Yeah, so this is good. The thing is that in Japan, neither the Famicom Mini nor the Super Famicom Mini came with AC adapters inside of them, unlike their American counterparts. So these were sold separately, but my listing includes both of them. And again, with the Super Famicom Mini, I barely use this. I don't even know if I've streamed this. I've played it a little bit just so, especially so I could play Star Fox 2. But considering that I already have like 3 other Super Famicoms and all the games that are on here, what is even on here? Super Mario World, I mean, oh my God. And the F-Zero, oh my God. F-Zero still holds up. It is still so good. Super Metroid, also amazing. Yoshi's Island, oh, it's so good. Star Fox, a little slow, I'll be honest, although I think Star Fox 2 is a little bit better. And then, and that Goemon, I actually have this CIB. And then best RPG of all time. I was very disappointed when I put a poll out to everyone and they said that it was a great RPG, but not the greatest. Very disappointed by those results because to me, it is the greatest RPG of all time. So next up, yes, all right, why not? Here we go. So I am also selling a Midnight Blue Nintendo 64. This is very rare. I was looking online. I don't know what the source for this is, but they were saying this was limited to like 50 or 100,000 copies. So there's not too many of them out there. I know in America this was limited to, not Japan only, because there was an America and Japan release of this, but in America it was limited only to Toys R Us. I'm not sure if that's true of the Japanese version, but it's still very difficult to find. This and one that my friend bought when we were out hard-offing, when we were going to hard-offs together. Those are the only 2 I've ever seen. So it comes with the console with the expansion pack. By the way, that's like a $20 or $30 value these days with the original expansion pack. So it comes with not only the console, but a controller, and the stick works great. The controller is in amazing shape, by the way. And then also the official AV cables. You can see the Nintendo logo right there, and the Japanese power adapter. I should say that, remember, all the power adapters here are rated for 100 volts. So please keep that in mind. So moving past the Nintendo 64, I am also selling a PC Engine Core Graphics. I've got like 3 or 4 duos now, so I don't need a Core Graphics anymore. So this is an opportunity where if you want to get into the PC Engine, this is the way to go. I tested it using, what was I playing? Street Fighter 2, or it's like Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. So again, not just the console itself, but I'm also including the controller. I love, oh my God, look at this is actually probably my favorite looking controller for the PC Engine. I do the Duo R controllers. Like, hey, it's all right. It's all right. But then we also have the original AC adapter here that's specifically made for the Core Graphics, as well as the AV cables. So this is one listing here. I will move this to the side because we still got this. Like, that's just the first 6 items. I've got 3 more to show you. Actually, yes. Before we get to what I think is the more interesting ones, we have here a Sega Saturn Virtua Stick. This, I think, got me through Battle Garega. It works fine. Yeah, so there you can see it's in here. I've got this listed. I know it's not super expensive these days, but I have an Astro City arcade stick, so I don't need this taking up any more space. So I'm hoping this can go to someone who is watching the video and is a fan of the channel. Moving that aside, these last 2 are interesting. They're different, they're weird. So all of the systems I just showed you are tested and working perfectly fine. But I am now bringing Hard Off Junk to you. I'm bringing Hard Off Junk to America. This is my old AV Famicom, but it doesn't work. I would remember specifically the moment I was trying to turn on Devil World for the Famicom, and then it just stopped working. And I believe it's because the PPU on it no longer works. It gets like I opened this up, I turned it on, the PPU was like burning hot. Like I almost burned my finger off touching it, because apparently that's what on the internet someone said to do to try and see what's wrong with the Famicom. So the thing about the AV Famicom is that this is going to be the way you're going to play Famicom games, because it has the traditional AV out, the composite out, if I'm saying that correctly, whereas the original Famicom only does RF out. So this would be a good candidate, because I think for the RGB mod, you have to replace the PPU anyways. So this could be your shot to get a cheap AV Famicom, because normally those things are like 90 or 100 bucks on eBay. It also comes, I'm just selling it with this controller. This controller also doesn't seem to work. I've tried it on my working AV Famicom, and just for some reason or another, it doesn't work. So these 2 things are being sold together, 4 parts, junk as is, whatever. Just know that I have tested it and it does not work. The other interesting thing, the other junk item that I would like someone to pick up is my boxed Famicom Robot. Now, this does not have the inserts, unfortunately. It is just the box and the robot, as well as the Gyromite block set. So I don't know if this actually works or not. I don't know if it was my TV that didn't work, or, very careful with that styrofoam. This thing's like, oh my God. Now this thing's getting to be like 35 years old at this point. Beautiful sounds, beautiful sounds. But it's a beautiful display piece. It's in really good condition, except for the fact that it may or may not work. I don't know if it was my TV that wasn't working, or if it's the robot itself. It does take, down here is where you put in the batteries. It's in good shape. Like, this would be amazing to display. But for me, I just don't have anywhere to display it. And I also, I think I'd much rather have Blast Win for the Sega Saturn than the Famicom Robot. So this can also be yours, and also included in the listing. Apparently, this is also sought after. Wasn't aware of it. The Gyromite block set that comes with all these little blocks here, and the game of, I think this is Gyromite. They call it just block in Japanese, but I think it's Gyromite in English. So I'm selling Rob and this set. they are together and, you know, as is, 4 parts only, doesn't work, junk, whatever. It just doesn't, I don't know if it works or not, but I think someone out there is probably going to want it, if only to show off how cool it is, because it does have the unique Famicom colors to it rather than the gray Rob that we got in North America. So by the time you're watching this video, everything should be up on eBay and listed. The listings end on Friday, February 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I think is 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're interested, head over. They're all auction styles, so put in a bid. I've been your man out of Japan, Jay Contra. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.